Warning, this video is intended for audience who are 13 or older. If you are not 13 or older, please fuck off and tell your parents to moderate what you watch online.
Man, so it occurred to me that he must have a lot of money to throw around to let 10 random startup company in his office, right? And that he's funding for them to be like, hey, give me my next hot app, you know, right? Give me the next greatest program, right?
I feel like he
but
probably
it's clear
charges
that right, but it's clear that hey, some of these startup companies might not have no idea what they're doing, you know, right? Right? Some of them might have never actually seen a graph before, or knows what the lines mean. They just know that, yeah, hey, this line goes up. That must be good, right?
Some might say that this is a fool's errand and he's manipulating vulnerable young people. This is the voice of God speaking to you. By the way...
Not the narrator.
I really actually, though, need to, address this. Normally, I have, a more, nuanced thing about, the subtitles versus what they're saying in Japanese. This is the first time I think that I've, right off the bat, first sentence, needed to say this. So... The way that the opening starts off, right? That the show starts is with by the subtitles, "Hello, I'm the narrator." Right?
Yeah.
This is incorrect.
What they say, what the narrator says in Japanese is "ten no koe desu," which is not. There are many ways to say narrator. What he is saying is not narrator. He's saying, I am the voice of the heavens.
Jesus, okay.
Which sets an entirely different, tone for the rest of this. Especially when we get into the real, fourth wall breaking moments of this episode, where it's I'm sorry, who are you? This is George Takei showing up in the season 2 Halloween episode of Community. And he's just he's just I'm George Takei, and this has been a fucking Halloween special. That's
and here's a voicemail for you, Kevin.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Right?
Right. That is essentially what is happening in this. Because also, the guy, reveal, the narrator, the voice of the heavens, reveals his identity at the end, and it's, a pretty prolific actor in Japanese media. Not so much that I'm super familiar with it, but his filmography is long as fuck.
Right.
So if you're from Japan, you probably know.
Yeah, if you're from Japan, it's when we only recognize one Japanese... Unfortunately, he didn't go, my name is Ken Watanabe, and so we weren't able to recognize it, but there are definitely other Japanese actors besides Ken Watanabe in Japan, and also my friend Ken Watanabe.
That's what I was confused about for a second.
Well, the difference is his name is Kenneth Watanabe.
In full.
Yeah. Anyway, hey.
Right.
Boy, it's time for more... It's time for us to actually... Maybe it's... Is this the most focused we've been on the business, or has this been the least focused we've been on the business? Find out now on episode 5 of Ryosangata Riko, Mohitori no Joshi Promo no Jinsei Kumitate Dorikra Ghost say whatever fucking shit, Jetstream attack, whatever. This is a whole big thing about this is a whole big Gundam thing. I'm gonna focus on the Gundam stuff. Fuck the rest of this shit.
Right. Is this the episode where they learned that, hey, anyone can start a company, right? But then at some point you gotta realize, how do we actually run this company, you know?
Nonetheless, work together on it.
Right, we, at what point do we actually have to start a business, doing the actual business part, you know? Anyone can write stuff down, but at some point you gotta realize, man, I just wrote down a bunch of words, and these do not form a coherent sentence, you know?
Anybody
I just wrote down
Anybody can be a critic.
Money, big, dream, invest.
Yeah, anybody can be a critic of an anime. It takes a real courageous person to make an anime and fail spectacularly, much like this.
Mm-hmm. Right. So hey, look, Dream Crate needs to get investors now.
Or at the very least, they need to get companies. They need to get grocery stores to
use their system.
To work with their system, because that's the whole thing.
Yeah, the thing that they invented to work with grocery stores, right?
Yeah. It's not so much that they need investors; they need participating retailers.
After writing this song for Taylor Swift, I should probably send this to her.
It's not even I should write. No, it's more like after I wrote this song with after I produced, I've spent all this money. I am Taylor Swift, and I have put all this money into producing my album. Boy, it sure would be great if someone would actually, sell my album. That would be great. If someone could actually...
iTunes won't take it.
Yeah, I don't... if I could get iTunes... Fuck, Amazon Music...
Spotify doesn't want it.
Amazon Music? Nobody uses that. Zune? Is that still a thing? Fuck. Could somebody take us? And yeah, hey... it turns out that these three are essentially the Three Stooges of fucking corporate management. It turns out that Gen Z might not be as perfect at saving the future as people thought.
Yeah, but what do you mean? Look, they have all this paper. They have all this they have all this paper stuff down.
Yeah, and if only they knew how to read.
That was an insane scene.
Yeah. So right from the beginning,
the store manager.
Well, okay, so that's the thing. I didn't realize this until we got to the end of the episode. But so they get pushed to go get people to get stores to collaborate with them for their app. Yeah. Right? And they go to this place called Honey Store. The main three of Riko, Asai, and Shinji. But then they see Nakano and they freak the fuck out. But then they talk to a guy upstairs.
I think they talk to the store manager, but Nakano's talking to the owner.
I see. Because I couldn't tell because of the way that they cut it.
Just went to a different store.
Yeah, I thought that they switched to a different place to talk to. After that, but then at the end, it seems like it's the same place.
Honey Store.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it seems like at the end, it's just the upstairs office business accounting offices.
It's one store with two essentially item bids that are talked to with two different people.
Yeah, it was very. I was confused about that at the beginning.
It was very confusing. I did not. Yeah, I thought they just went for Plan B.
Yeah, they just went, fuck it. Honey Store's not talking to us. Let's go talk to this fucking
let's go
investment group.
Yeah. Target instead. Walmart won't take us. Maybe Target will take us.
Yeah, and if Target won't take us, then maybe Food Line will.
Right. You just, at some point, look, you always gotta have a backup plan.
Look,
for
if there's Wiggly. If there's nothing else, there's always Piggly Wiggly.
Right, yeah.
But it's
so they go talk to, the manager, right?
Yeah.
Right, and boy, man, these guys were not ready. They thought they were hip. They thought they were cool, right? Right, they got their papers and everything, and these guys are not ready for the real.
Yeah,
for the real
I've
world,
never felt so much whoop, that's a burp. Look. I think I've told both of you this story in separate occasions, so understand that I know that you've already heard this, but just for reference in this particular series of recordings, this is equivalent to sophomore year of college, real college, not the college that we met at.
Yeah.
And got to the final presentation of the semester for my Japanese popular culture class, which was I mean, it was very much it was an easy, like home run, slam dunk. You just have to, like, be relatively articulate about something in Japanese popular culture to just, like, get a B and walk away, right? Everybody's doing their presentation, their oral presentation with PowerPoints and everything. First day happens, and we get about, like, 2 or 3 presentations in, and one guy just walks up and goes, "Yeah, I had this whole thing worked out, but, now that I'm thinking about it, it doesn't make any sense. So I don't have anything." And everyone in the room in this, like, presentation, like everybody is around him like it's a conference, like setup. He is standing in the middle of this fucking, like classroom, just going, "Yeah, I got nothing. Like, here's my PowerPoint," and everybody just kind of has to go, like, "Holy shit! This man just gave up before he even started." Like, it's
Look, sometimes you need to quit before you're ahead.
Sure, but at least lie. This is, like, make up numbers. Fucking shit. You guys cannot, like, learn to pivot, improvise. Fucking takes. Hey, go join the fucking is fucking what's the improv place that people do? Not Whose Line Is It Anyway? The one that everybody, the Upright Citizens Brigade. Yeah, go do that. Go take some class at Upright Citizens Brigade and fucking talk to Amy Poehler and figure out how to pivot your shit, because boy howdy, I've never watched a person, like, just
quit.
Just give up and, like, go, "Yeah, I'm gonna drown now." That is what I'm watching right now. But at least that guy took the time to go, "Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing." They walked into this like they'd never heard a single word that this man had ever said before, and had never read the like, words that were on their own fucking write-outs.
It's because they're not a cohesive team yet.
Okay. Well, then I guess we gotta get cohesive.
Well, to be fair, hold on. To be fair, they didn't write it out. They had not
Kumamoto?
Not Ushi's the other guy. Yeah,
Kumamoto and Ushirona.
They had her write it out, yo, so they didn't look at it beforehand.
That's
right?
an insane thing to do. That's an insane thing to do. To go,
well, they were just reading off what the paper says, right?
That's an insane.
You never write down the things that you're gonna say when they're the same thing as what's in the presentation.
Very good point, dear. That is exactly... Hey, college kids, anybody listening to us that is impressionable, first of all, why the fuck are you listening to this? Second of all, really, you don't read off of the presentation or the PowerPoint. You have your own notes, or you have your own stuff that you want to speak about, and you have the presentation be a starting off point that you speak around. You talk around the things on it.
They're two different pieces of a good presentation. Don't make them identical.
Jesus
Nobody
Christ.
wants to read... So, hear someone read something to them that they just read.
Maybe the boomers are right. Maybe we all suck. Maybe we should be buying more diamonds. I do really like avocados, though, but I don't necessarily need toast.
Look. Hey, look. We could also be eating hot fries as well, right? That's what they said that we're doing too much of as well.
I mean, I have recently discovered that Red Hot Utz chips are pretty good.
One chip challenge kills people.
Right.
Yeah,
well, it hospitalizes children because parents are stupid.
No, I think it killed one guy.
Well, that's unfortunate for him. Anyway, hey, this is an episode where 90% of this episode is actually just about model building, which is really great for this show at this point. But when you think about the whole, like, world that they've developed, boy, it's weird. Because this is the first time that 3 out of 5 of the members of Dream Crazy have been to the shop, versus last season where it was like she was bringing everybody here like once an episode. Mm-hmm. This is, she goes, right? Hey, Asai, Shinji, come with me. And they're like, oh shit, is this the time? I mean, we've been friends since college. I mean, I don't know, man. We did have a conversation about this, but like,
is this gonna be weird?
Are we gonna do this? Like, I don't know, man. I wasn't sure I would be okay with this, but like, she's inviting us. Why are we going to a model kit store? Is there like a weird?
Get to the second floor, and just who's that guy?
Yeah. What is this? Why is there a 50-year-old balding?
Walk right in. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's
cute girl.
Yeah,
but who's this guy?
This is the weirdest eyes wide shut party I've ever been invited to. What do you mean? I have to? Oh yeah, there's a bunch of Doms. Like, oh Dom. Oh yeah, oh boy, Doms. We're really going in hard. No, Rick Dom. I mean, Rick Ross is a guy. No, the Dom.
Dominic Dom.
No, not Dominic Toretto. Like Dom from Mobile Suit Gundam. Specifically, the Rick Dom from Universal Century. Hey, it's that time. You love it. You know it. It's time for me to say a bunch of Gundam shit.
You better get nerdy.
Alright, so look.
There are apparently 2.
They're the Rick Dom / Dom. Yes, it's a sort of like Special Forces Black Ops sort of like mobile suit from the original Gundam Universal Century line. What I find funny about this is that they have these the kits that they are showing are the Universal Century Rick Doms, because look, people like to talk about multiverses and shit, right? Gundam did that a long time ago, and they've kind of abandoned it for the most part, which is good, because I really don't want to keep trying to, like, string all the lines together.
Which for Mercury is not linked to Ivor.
Right. But all of the series and all of the timelines before Turn A Gundam are technically related, because Turn A Gundam reveals at the end that it is like a nexus point. It's the time variant. It's the what's the time cops in Loki?
Not the TAV?
Yeah, it's like the TAV of like Gundam series, where it's like there's a whole point where they just go, hey, look, you can see G Gundam and Wing and Gundam Wing and all these other things, and like all the and original Gundam, they're all part of these like timelines that all flow into our timeline. And you're like, okay, fine, fuck it, whatever. And everything past that, and that series came out in like 99 or 2000, everything past that, Gundam Seed, Gundam 00, Iron Blooded Orphans, Witch from Mercury, all that stuff they have not tried to make them part of a coherent multiverse theory, which is good. That said, the Rick Dom, the Dom from Universal Century gets reincarnated in form in Gundam Seed, because Gundam Seed just tried to be like, hey, a soft reset of like the Gundam franchise and like try and do something new. And they just took, for at least the enemy mobile suits, took basically all of the mobile suit designs of Zeon and just did them again. So there is a Universal Century high grade of the Rick Dom, and I'm like 99% sure there is a Cosmic Century version of the Rick Dom that is for Gundam Seed. So there's the Gundam, like, original series Dom, and then there's the Gundam Seed Dom, which are two entirely different kits. And the fact that there's two of the same kit, but they're different kits, is fucking infuriating to me. And I just really need to talk about that, because that means that there's Zaku's that are Universal Century, and there's Zaku's that are for Gundam Seed. And there's Goofs for Gundam, for original Gundam, and there's Goofs for Gundam Seed, and they got it. Gundam Seed's got to stop, and they have a movie coming out in like 2024 or something, and it needs to stop. We need to stop it. Kira Yamato needs to be stopped. The Freedom Gundam, fuck freedom, fuck justice.
You know what I just learned? I don't think you can get a kit for Tequila Gundam.
No, you can't.
I want it.
No, you can't get the Tequila Gundam as a kit.
Why not? It's not fair.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's my bit.
Right. Look, hey, group project, everyone. Look. Hey, look, we gotta do a group. We gotta do a group project.
Yeah. Hey, it's a team building exercise. Everybody has to fucking build a gunpla together. And of course, Shinji's gung ho for it.
Right. This is the only way for us to learn how to coordinate them better as a team. Even though we established that we all been friends since college, high school.
Well, hey, that's the great part, is that Shinji is actually the first one to go, hey, the three of us, we can figure this out. We have two other people that were born in different centuries than us, or at least decades. We actually, fuck, no.
Definitely not different centuries.
No, actually, because Riko is 23.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if this came out this year, by at least the show's own...
Born in, like, 2003?
By the show's own timeline, they would have been born in 2000, and 33-year-old lady would have been born in fucking, like, 87 or something. Or 1990. Mm-hmm. And The Weeknd was born old as dirt. He watched the Rick Doms actually, like, premiere in the original 1970s, like, Gundam, and was like, oh my god, these are crazy. And then his father or grandfather had to tell him about the bomb again. But anyway, there it is. Oh, Dom Trooper. Yep, there it is. It's the Gundam. I hate this. I hate this.
Man, I didn't realize it until after we were watching. Riko, when she gets everyone from the company together to build these stupid model kits, she's wearing a runner,
she's been wearing this runner shirt. Yeah, hey, I actually like that.
Right. I didn't realize she was wearing this until now. But yeah, hey, look, everyone has to get together. We could have done. This is the best way for me to do a group session. I couldn't think of anything else because this is all I know.
Hey,
right?
I know that. I know that feeling.
Like they say, this is the first time you really seem like president.
Yeah, and then she goes, "Hey, shut your fucking mouth."
Right. Look, I was forced into this position, alright?
Yeah, I lost the rock, paper, scissors. You will listen to me.
Right? This could have been you. You could have been managing this company, but no.
But no, right? You had to be a dumbass. You had to lose rock, paper, scissors.
Mm-hmm.
I just like to think...
Right, so yeah, hey, look, everyone has to build a dom, while ignoring this, heavenly voice that talks to them from above.
The voice of heaven, who interrupts them and goes, no, it's not the black tri-stars, it's the black 5 stars, or the Dream Crazy 5 stars. As a jet stream goes across their roof. What? This is such a surreal episode, but it's like... And I posted the picture of the fucking, like, Gundam Seed, like, Dom. I'm just saying, there's... I have so many... The amount of, like... I can't even tell if it's, like... Maybe we're making a joke about, like... multiverses here, of, like... Oh, yeah, well, like... Clearly, like... Oh, this is all existing in, like, a surreal sense. Like, it's a different Riko, and they all have to do this, like, team-building thing, and it's just like, oh, there's a different Dom, just like there's a different, like, Dom in Gundam Seed, but... What? Why? Why is this happening? How are we here? Anyway, Ushi and Yasan are still best friends, though. That's the most important thing.
Look, because like every old person who, the only Kamen Rider they watch is Showa era Kamen Rider. Like if all like Heisei era, fuck that, no.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to watch your stupid Heisei era.
The minute
Kamen
they had
Riders.
form changes,
What the fuck is all
I
this?
turned off.
Right, what the fuck is this? What are they using? Why is that guy a fruit samurai? That makes no sense.
Yeah, I don't want to watch some
cyborgs.
fire, earth, and water. I don't want to see a fire, earth, and water form. I just want to see him punch people and fight the weird whale man.
That's right. What the fuck is going on? This. I don't like this new Kamen Rider. I like the classic Kamen Riders.
Yeah.
Right.
Why is he so full of charred lettuce?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So then meanwhile back at Dog Run, what an insane character just to take another's place as sign that says the other girl.
The weird pseudo stalker girl that
right. She just fucking takes their side. She's like, hey, and just
doesn't put it back.
Hey, they're not here today. They're about to build model kits. Like, okay, I'm pretty sure Nakano saw that.
Yeah, and Nakano was definitely I mean, that sounds like it's up to them. I don't know why,
That's cool.
That would be our problem.
But also, just think about you wanting to work.
I don't see them as a competitor enough to be bothered with it, right?
But I would also say, what's the obligation that they have to leave a sticky note, wall frame or little frame piece to tell people? I feel like
because Dogman's gonna walk in and be like, where the fuck are they?
Right, but that could be sent in an email. That could be sent in an email.
It could. A lot of things
could. But that's
an
email to them. I think it's more of a promote for the entire office space,
Yeah, it's so everyone
I
does.
guess.
But
that could be.
But then you could just say, hey, Nakano is just doing a off business trip today or something,
I just feel like that didn't have to be a whole. I guess again, commenting on the weirdness of this office space, which we'll get to at the end because boy, I had a discovery about this in looking at the end credits today. This is not how I would expect a shared office space to interact, where you need to just leave a sticky note, it's hey, you're.
I think it's just a courtesy.
Yeah. Also, the worst part is that she just fucking takes it and she doesn't even bother.
Yeah, she takes it and doesn't put it back.
Yeah, hey, it's hers now. They left it there.
Anyways, imagine you get to work and then your boss goes, "Hey, we're all leaving. Come with us."
Yeah, we're
going to build plastic models.
I mean, it's better than the, is it better or worse than the, we're all going to get drunk at the bar and, bond that way?
It's better.
Well, then I would say, good for them. Much like Nakano says, where she's like, oh, that sounds mentally stimulating. Cool. They need that mental stimulation. Yeah. They all seem slow as shit.
Hey, look, they can learn how to finally work as a team,
Yeah.
Instead of just yelling at each other every week. In the last week, she has fired and unfired 2 employees.
No, she's only truly fired and unfired 1 employee. She accidentally implied that she was firing 1 employee, and then had to go and then apologize for making her think that her employee was losing her job, and then had to call her parents and go, I'm moving back home and I'm crying and I'm having a crisis of identity at 33. But then Riko came in and was like, oh no, I'm sorry, I didn't understand what the word fire meant. Fire, actually in English, I didn't mean it in that sense. I meant fire, I don't know what the word fire means.
It's just a cool sounding English word.
Yeah, I'm a really big fan of Earthland, or Earthbound, and so that's just my real big thing. Anyway, this is
look.
They just clip and build a bunch of DOMs.
It feels like chaos, though.
It does to an extent,
mostly because they keep clipping it and like at the same time, and pieces just go places, and it's like, which one was mine?
But the great thing is that they're all 5 of them building the same kit.
Mm-hmm. And then they get to customize it.
Right.
To see how they, as individuals, can work as a team.
Well, but the other thing that I think is great about it is because of that, and we'll, I guess, get to that more once we get past the lunch break part, is when, like, they each choose to, like, because they're all working on the same thing, they all can add their own ideas to the same thing. So, when Kumamoto is offering Ushiroda, like, to help him with, like, designing stuff, that's, like, her putting her specialty, like, to work. When it's...
Because he's a numbers guy.
When it's Shinji, like, he, like, puts more effort into, like, clipping all of the, like, parts out and putting the kits together, regardless of everybody else. Like, they each have things that they're, like, that they specialize in, or at least they're more proficient in, and they just kind of, like, do them, or, like, offer them, and I guess...
They're all individuals learning how to work together.
Yeah, there's something stupidly brilliant about this whole, like, interaction of just, like...
That's the way to phrase it.
They're all working together on this same thing, and it's like, that's exactly how you guys should have been doing, like, your job. You're all adults. Like, at the very least, forget the main 3. Kumamoto and Ushiroda both came from, like, formally established, like, companies. You should already know how to do this. And the fact that, like, this is, like, your, like, icebreaker game is fucking ridiculous to me.
Because they're from places so structured that they don't know how to, like, have fun with their work. Like, fun and work or not.
Look, their other coworkers used to be around their age, alright? You know?
Yeah. In one case, dying, and in the other case, alone. But yeah. Of course, Riko is the first one to finish her dom. I'm not particularly clear. I'm just gonna I'm gonna go back to my research on what's the difference between a Rick dom and a regular dom. I gotta look that up. What is... Let's see. Rick dom. There's the dom trooper. Yeah, there's that. I'm not looking at the dom trooper. I want to show me... Okay, well, I put it up in Gundam Seed, so I should look.
Yeah. Well, Tariq tries to, in the background, do a bunch of research. Hey, look, everyone goes have lunch. You know, hey, look, we're all a grand time. We're all eating lunch together. Once again, another team building exercise. I feel like something you probably should have done already. With this point with all these people, but I guess not. So look, they go eat lunch, and then afterwards, everyone finished their dolls. Like, all right, we're done, right? Ushi's like, all right, we're done. Can I go home? I still have a daughter. I think I need to visit.
Maybe.
You know, right? Right? Should I go visit my daughter now? Right? But everyone's like, no. You finished the first part.
I just like no one listened to the daughter.
Yeah,
and the daughter knew no one was listening to her.
Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah. So hey, it's time to customize her dom. You know, right? And look, here's some Gundam marker. We're all gonna make it unique, right? So that way we can all use this to learn about each other.
Yeah, but using Gundam markers is a fucking cop-out, and it looks fucking trash. God, I hate this.
I feel like this is all stuff that should have been done way earlier when you guys started this company. But I guess now that, hey, you know, at some point, hey, look, it's like they said, at some point you gotta learn how to run a company. You know, you gotta learn how to all work together for this company that you're all working for, right?
I just really hate the fucking the colors. That's my biggest issue, honestly.
Oh, look, everyone's just having fun. They're experimenting with colors, you know? It's like Riko in season 1 when she gave her Zaku a pink shoulder pad, you know, right?
We only got to here now because we needed time to understand each individual character so that we could put them together.
Mm-hmm.
Feels slow, but
Right.
that's, I guess, how they chose to do it. Also, why does the shop never look open?
Look, it's always appealing to
It's
random
always
people.
open for those who needs to come in, right? It's like one of those I'm pretty sure it's like one of those weird metaphysical sort that only exists but that doesn't exist until you need to see it, right? That's how I have the feeling at the stores. The store looks like it never has actual customers except for those who needs to have a life-changing lessons that can only be explained through model building kits, right?
Like, this place looks like it's always open and also never open.
Right. Yeah, look, everyone does their own flair. Everyone does their own flair of building, and then as they do it, they finally learn about their own strength and how to improve the company, right? Yeah. And then Austin realized he has just been shit posting along this entire time, and he knows, like he does not know what is going on in his own company, right? He was only here because he was only being here the entire time because he had nothing else to do after college, right? What an insane
Even
thing.
though he absolutely has no idea about anything else about what they're trying to do.
Right, it's actually right. Yeah, it's crazy, but yeah, look, he wants to learn by painting all the guns. That's it.
Yeah, I
And there
want
you
all
go.
the guns. Give me all your guns. You guys can do whatever you want. I want the bazookas. I want so many bazookas I look like Doc Ock with guns.
Right? Yeah, but everyone has their moment, and they all finally learn to go together as a team and finally learn their strength. And then, hey, I didn't know you could get custom water decals. I didn't know that was a thing.
I mean, technically
man.
you can't. I mean, technically you can get custom water decals just by.
I think they probably have, like, a sticker printer.
Right, you can just if you just take a sticker printer and like put it against like, or even again, technically, if you paint against like cling wrap or like an actual not even cling wrap. If you paint against like Scotch tape and draw a design and then like run that piece of like painted Scotch tape onto like a figure and then cut it out, you technically have done this equivalent of like making custom like decal slides. It's not great, but it is a thing that you can do.
I have a sticker machine.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is basically just a label maker. It doesn't cut things out into the precise shape, because that's a whole thing about, like, literal sticker makers, but...
Yeah. But yeah, they all find ways to optimize it, and then we're also given a bunch of scenes that I can't tell if they are... I still don't know if they're fully, like, scenes that happen after this bonding moment, or they are examples of before.
Edited means that they learned it afterwards, right? Like, they use this, right? Because the whole point is that this is a team building exercise, and after they learned from that team building exercise.
Yeah, so
right?
it makes me feel like this is, like, the night after that they do this, but, like,
or, like, the night of,
maybe these
right?
are the few examples of when they actually work together, like, oh, yeah, we can do this.
Right. Oh, we're supposed to be working as a team.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Teamwork makes the dream crazy work.
Yeah, it makes sense now. And then Riko does stealth marketing, right? She does what some people do, is that they go to a YCS or a regional level. They say, boy, my backpack is really heavy. I'm just going to open my backpack and place it on this table and not break any Konami rules about opening a drop shop in the middle of an event, Yeah. What do you mean? Look, I'm not opening it. My backpack is just empty. I'm just placing my wares out on to right for space.
There just happens to be a bunch of sealed product. I mean, if somebody wants to take this off my back, that's fine.
Right, if someone wants to walk by and say, hey, those sleeves looks cool, how much are those? I'll just be like, yeah, I value them at that much, I take trades, right?
Yeah, trades
ignore this
of certain green paper
that's just a
things.
QR code,
Certain green paper. Just give me the QR code. Yeah, that's another way to get past it.
Mm-hmm. Right. Right. But Riko does stealth marketing. Like, oh yeah, hey, look, wow. Has anyone heard about this cool app that shows you discounts? Right?
Yeah.
Is this not very cool? You guys should all check out this app made by was it
Nokaruna?
No, drink. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's leftovers. It's leftovers. Their whole thing is leftovers. I also think it's funny because it's like, hey, look, if I posted this on social media, I'd have to put hashtag ad. But I'm in real life, so who the fuck cares? I believe this is what the millennials called viral marketing.
I just like that Riko says the word discounts and all the Asian ladies shopping are like, hey, what?
Look,
discounts?
hey, it's a stereotype. They love them stereotypes.
Oh man, look, boy, the word discount is very good, right? It's very helpful. But yeah. Also they realize, hey, they still decides to bring Asahi for some reason to his business meeting, which I feel like, boy, that's not the best person to bring to sell your... Look, bringing Ushio is probably a smart idea, because he's old, and people are like, oh, you have an old guy on your team. He must know everything,
If he's willing to, actually take part in it, you must be trustworthy. You're not just some young upstart trying to steal our money.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right, yeah. And so, and then they get the business plan. Yeah. They get it. They get the deal. And they break the deal.
And then also,
or at
apparently...
least for consideration.
Well, yeah, and then apparently still... Nakano and Perfect Beans are still up for consideration. It really feels like, ignoring the things going on with Dog Run, it feels like this one grocery store that they're both fighting for is not talking to each other. It's like, oh, wait, hold on. No, I just talked to this other guy, and I told them this. Shit.
It's like having a job interview where, you interview with the manager.
You're being two different groups that's interviewing, and one of them says you're hired, and the other one says we're considered, right?
Yeah.
And they don't communicate with each other. Mm-hmm. But yeah, hey, don't worry. Hey, look, the day is saved, and we spent this entire show budget getting Ibu Matsuto to be our heavenly voice the entire time. That's where the show budget really went.
I didn't recognize him by name, but I was like, that's oh, okay. I looked through it and I went, oh, okay. So this is this is the George Takei cameo moment.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all great. I just really want to point out that for the first time in this season, I realized, paying attention to the credits, that they list the locations that they film at.
Okay.
One of the locations is, the fucking, hobby store, right?
Yeah.
One of them is, despite all the jokes we've made, an actual WeWork space.
Mm-hmm.
It's just WeWork. We've been making all these jokes about, oh, this looks like a WeWork fucking, space. This looks like a fucking, communal, off... That's exactly what it is. That's actually what it is. What a fucking insane
location,
thing.
Yeah, look, just film on location. Right? Hey, look, they learned to that was a good team building episode, right? They finally learned how to work as a team after 5 episodes,
Yeah,
right?
and now who knows what the back half of this entire season.
Well, right? I don't know where else you go from here, right?
Well, based off of the preview for next episode,
do individual episode. It makes sense for this season. We would have to get at least 2 focus episode on Kumamoto and Ushido, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I was like, and then I guess you do the big team. So I don't know where you go from here.
Well, right? Based off the next episode's preview, we might have some complicated romantic feelings because I am very concerned.
Uh-huh.
Multiverse theory's a bitch.
Right, Alright, that's this episode. Anything else you guys want to say?
Today I found a book titled Crying in H Mart.
Oh, mine was Jetstream Attack.
Alright, that's this episode. Okay, thanks, bye.